Hello Guilders 2 Gamers, Mucklick here. Today is January 30th, 2026. It is Friday, and we've got some Guild Wars 2 news to go over. For anyone who missed it, I was dressed in my fanciest tie, and I was over on the main Guild Wars 2 channel and co-hosting with Steph Wu, where we talked about all of the stuff related to fashion templates that's coming out next week. So we were taking questions, trying to calm people who had assumed the worst and didn't understand how it worked, and they were just like freaking out, mostly Redditors, stuff like that. Gonna go over all that here. Now, usually I do like a live react to the news videos and at the end do a TLDR, but I was just in the whole news video. I don't want to react to myself for an hour. So, if you want to see the original broadcast that is on the Guild Wars 2 main channel, I will include a link to it below the video if they have got it up by the time I post mine. And what I'm going to show you now is a TLDR. I'm currently logged into the stage server, which is on the next patch. I am alone in Lion's Arch, and I am here, and I know there's a watermark. That is not any secret information. It's just an email address. This is a character I made on the test server. They've given me permission to use it for this video to show you guys fashion templates. So let's get right to it. How does this thing work? So we got our equipment tab here. Notice wardrobe is missing. There is now a thing here called fashion. It has got wardrobe, it has got tools, it will later have more. In the future, you'll be able to use the system I'm about to show you to also mess with mounts, homestead doors, gliders, and other things like that. Currently, you can transmute your gathering tools to look like other ones if you've got more than one, and this is free. It did cost a transmutation charge on live, it no longer does. Now, let's go to the wardrobe. So here's our fashion templates. You can also see these by right-clicking on weapon swap, and we've got the two that you have on live. There's equipment, there's build, and now we got fashion right here, okay? So right now, my second fashion template, I literally just hit the randomize skin a few times. Good God, no. Sure. So there's randomize, and then I save that, all right? So here's my dude. If I right-click this, and I say show me fashion template 2, there it is. So all I just did was change fashion. So I just right-click, left click, right click, left click, whatever. Okay, so if you have multiple fashion templates, you can swap between them on the fly anytime you are not in combat by doing that. You can also hotkey them if you wish. Excuse me. So that is an option to you. Now, we got our fashion templates here. Now, some folks maybe have asked the question, if I have more equipment templates than I do fashion templates. So here, all right, so here I've got a third one, okay? So let's do this. I'm just going to copy gear into each of these. Okay, so I've got more equipment templates than I do fashion templates, all right? So I've got 3 equipment, I got 2 fashion. Can I still decorate them all? The answer is yes. So I'm gonna give you an example here. So I'm gonna go to randomize skins, okay? I'm gonna go to equipment set 2, and I am going to apply it to that equipment. I'm gonna randomize again. Sure. And we've got this now. So now I'm going to go to equipment set 3, and I'm going to apply it to that one. All right. So now, if I swap equipment, there's all those different outfits. So I just used 1 fashion template to decorate 3 equipment templates. Hopefully that gives a better understanding of how this works. It's kind of like if your equipment templates are sheets of paper, your fashion template is a stamp. You like prepare the stamp, you're like load in these gloves, load in this weapon, load in this helmet, and you're using the fashion template just to apply to your other stuff. Now, can you just store designs in there? Yeah, you can. But with 1 fashion template, you could decorate 9 equipment templates if you fancy doing it. So, you know, if there was any concern that that was going to be a problem, it's no longer an issue. The next thing, a lot of people asking, if I've got a whole bunch of different outfits and the patch hits on Tuesday, am I going to lose them? No. They said that they're all going to remain the same on Tuesday. Next thing, if someone sends me a link to their fashion, how do I use it with the new system? So if you go to wardrobe, you find some fashion, you can right click it and hit copy. And I am going to show the bottom left corner here. And if I go down here and hit Control V, I can paste it into the chat. Okay, and then someone can click on that, and there's my fashion. They can hit copy this template, and here's a different wardrobe, and I could say paste it here, and there it is. And it'd be like, you know, if you want to save this, it's going to cost you transmutation charges for each slot you have that's not legendary. You can hit save and then apply that at any time. Now, at this point, I've got 2 of the same thing. But earlier, for example, I was in the stream with Steph Wu, and she sent me this one. So here's one that she sent me earlier that her character was wearing. So I'm going to hit copy and right click and paste. And let's, oh, hold on a second. Let me try that again. Did I not copy correctly? What's going on? Contains cosmetics options unavailable by your character. Let me try that again. So right click and paste. Oh, was this human? Oh, I see the problem. I'm currently on a heavy armor character, and the character she was on was light, and I cannot use the light armor, so it only applied the back piece. That's what the issue is there. Okay, so moving on, but that's how easy it is. Someone sends you a link, you could copy it, you could paste. Now, let's say someone sends you a link, and we're just going to randomize this for a second. And someone sends you this, and you load it in here, and you're like, oh my God, I love their gloves. And all you want's the gloves. Right-click the gloves, and you can apply one item if you want. So like I could save this. Now this is just saving it into the fashion template, not my real one. And then I could just be like, hey, apply these gloves. And then it applies the gloves. So you can change a single item if you wish to by just right-click on one item and hit apply, and it'll change that one item on your character. Okay? Next thing, what if you just want to change how one item looks on your person? Do you have to load your whole outfit into this? The answer is no. So if I, let's say, clear this out, okay? All right, so there's my guy in the background. You know, I'm actually going to apply this one again just because I like the shoulders, all right? Let's say I just want to change one thing. You could just, let's do the gloves again. I'll just go to gloves, and I'll do this, and then I'll hit save, and now I have a template, and everything is transparent except that, and just apply that. So, to change a single item, or to change how your outfit looks, it is going to cost you the same amount of transmutation charges as before, or less. However, it does take one more mouse click. I believe it takes one more mouse click to use it with this new system. So, the changing how your like your gloves looks, for example, takes an additional mouse click than it did before. However, it also has all these other features, where you can save and load entire fashions. You can access them on the fly down here as long as you are not in combat. And also, just like build templates, you can copy them and paste them into something like a notepad. So if I go right here, I'm opening up a notepad right here. So, and I can hit Control V to paste, and there it is. Now that looks like just a big string of gobbledygook, but you could just be like, Christmas outfit, and you could save that. So like if you decide to make it, that's Chip is using a scratching post if you hear him. If you decide to make a fashion outfit for a certain holiday and you don't want it to use up a fashion template slot for the whole year until that holiday comes back around, you can export it in a notepad. And now we're all getting 2 fashion templates, but with one fashion template, you could do everything you need to do. So you could make hundreds of different outfits for different occasions and save them in here if that's something you enjoy. If that's not something you enjoy, don't worry about it. I don't know why you're watching this video if it's something you don't enjoy. But that's basically how it works. Hopefully that explains some things. Hopefully that makes it easier to understand. I know a lot of folks were quite confused by how this would work. But the system becomes available at the same point in time that characters will usually get transmutation charges unlocked for the first time, which I believe is level 6. Let's see. I am skimming through to see if there was any other big pain points that people were concerned with. Infusions. Infusions will still be on equipment. Infusions will be on equipment because some infusions have stats, some have graphics, and some have both. So they kept them on equipment. So your infusions on your equipment will show through if you are on an equipment set that has them equipped at that time. That's it. So no change there. That's still going to happen. What if someone sends you something that you're missing an item? Same as what you saw when I tried to copy that appearance from the ANET dev a few minutes ago. This is light armor. I'm in heavy, so the only thing I could copy was the back item. If I had these same weapons, I could have copied the weapons as well, but light armor, can't use it on this character. This is a warrior. Ugh. And so that's it. So if you, for example, if on your Reaper, you make a set of armor that's all light armor and it's got a greatsword, and then you copy it, and then you go over to your elementalist and you paste it, the light armor would all copy, but the greatsword would not, because LEs can't use greatswords. So it would still try to do whatever it can. Next question. How much are fashion templates? They are 600 each. I honestly, like, for my purposes, I'm going to be just fine with the free two. I'll be, honestly, one would be fine. I can decorate all of the ones that I need to with those. Dies have been moved. If you're on the fashion template screen, you can click on any die and the die window opens, click on any item and the wardrobe opens. So these are just merged into the same thing so that it doesn't take up two separate areas. So I don't know if that's a QOL, but it cleans up this screen just a little bit. Account bound versus characters. If you buy a fashion template, it will add an additional fashion template to every character on your account. They also do not share them. So I made this fashion on this warrior. If I swap to another character, this fashion template 1 will not be this. You can have them be separate. If you want to copy them over, you can right click, copy it, paste it into Notepad, swap characters, and then paste it on that character. But their templates are not shared. So you can have each character have different stuff up here, and they will not compete with each other in that way. Let's see. Looking. When does this go live? This goes live on February 3rd. That is this coming Tuesday, same day that Twitch drops are going to start. And yeah, I think that's everything. So again, I actually have hands-on experience with this. If you have any questions that I did not answer, I tried to get every one that was answered like a whole, I tried to answer every question that was asked a whole bunch as far as like the mob on Reddit and the people that were in the live chat and stuff like that, and put it into this TLDR video. If I didn't get any, put them in the comments section. I will try to answer them. Like I said, I've gotten hands-on experience with this, so I should be able to do that. Also, hang on just a second. Let me, let's see, I got to get used to where this is now. We can tease something new for you guys. So this is the legendary ring coming out, and it summons sand castles and crabs that do the crab rave around you. I just equipped 2 of them, so I've got twice as many crabs now. Don't clip that. Anyway, there, just a little teaser to look forward to. And of course, I could show you what it looks like when I unsheath my weapon, but I'm not allowed to do that. All right, so that's it. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, put them in the comments section down below, and I will fight you there.